welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This game has already started. You're looking at a GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG, and it's being driven by Angelina75 on the north spawn of Pearl River. Now the game is already underway because there was a very short countdown, and Angelina's already going to the aim. And she's looking down to the southwest area of the map. There's nearly always some enemy medium tanks coming up that direction. Now, as you know, there's an ongoing contest between Angelina and Talon to get the best score of the weekend. They actually laid down the rules the other day and put them down so everyone can understand the exact contest. But it's basically the first person to get to an ace tanker, or failing that to get to the highest score and or get medals as well. Okay, first victim is going to be a Cromwell B, but he's hidden behind the rock and he's actually rocking backwards and forwards to prevent Angelina getting a clean shot on him. But if he keeps doing that, yeah, he's going to take some damage. 44 hit points from Angelina, and she picked up some stun assist as one of the shots came in from one of her teammates. I'm pretty sure that was the M12 who fired that one in. Okay, she got an E25 now, who's well got to face the enemy when he fires because he's got a fixed gun, and he's decided to pull back. Oh, and Angelina just took a round from an enemy Arty. The M44 knows where she is and just fired a round in her direction. She might have to relocate after this shot, and she gets a hit for 153, and she is relocating. That's good news because, yeah, oh no, that's bad news. The M44 that hit Angelina has just taken out the other M44 in our team. So he is a good Arty player, and he's just counter-batteried one of our teammates. So Angelina's relocating over to this side of the map. Now you see, Angelina's got an ace tanker already, or had an ace tanker in this Arty. She's also got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of her gun, which shows she is a very accomplished player. But she's got to do better than Talon, otherwise she won't win the competition. And you can just see an Arty round stunned the M12 on our team. So it looks like the Arty on the enemy team are good at counter battery. Well, Angelina's moved a little further over, but she might be in sight of the enemy, and that round just hit one of the enemy tanks. I think it was the Jackson. She's now repositioning to avoid counter battery. Oh, and that was close. That was one of the M44s on the enemy team trying to counter battery her. So I get the feeling they know where she is, and she's relocated. Well, that's an enemy SU-130PM she's dialing in. It's a long range shot. Just 3 seconds. Direct hit! And a penetration on the enemy. She got 590 hit points. That was a good strike. Immediately changing position to avoid any chance that the enemy's going to be able to fire one back and hit her. The only problem is there is an enemy tank that's fairly nearby, and he might be able to get spots on her. She hasn't been seen yet, and she's now aiming and got a King Tiger captured in her sights. It's a very difficult shot though. Rounds out. Oh my god, what a shot! It hit him. So narrow on the aim point. 204 hit points from a direct hit. She moves position, and before the Arty RAM can come in, she's gone. So she is good at this, and the enemy Arty is very good at counter battery. I have the feeling that, yeah, she's going to do counter battery on him now. In fact, on the M12. Rounds out, long flight time, and she takes up 159 hit points of damage, and she's moving before he can do anything to her. So this is an exciting battle in terms of lots of action going on between the Artys. I wouldn't be surprised to see an Arty round try and hit the spot where she was last seen. There's a Panzer IV Ausrung Schmaltern, Panzer IV Ausrung Schmaltern, yes, over near the centre of the village. So that guy might be spotting for the team, for the enemy team. Okay, she's going to go for the Schmaltern. In fact, he's not over this side, he's over the other side of the map. She fires a round in, gets a stun. And she got a this is close. That was an Arty round. Whew, that was close. Yeah, that one, she stayed too long in the same spot. But she's now aiming for the VK3601H, and he's dead before she can shoot. I have a feeling that somebody is spotting for the enemy team and knows where she is, because she's not staying in most spots long enough for the enemy to see her. And the sixth sense hasn't gone off. It just seems to me that for some reason the enemy seems to be getting very good intelligence on where she is. Again, I'm looking behind her because I'm expecting an Arty round to smack the ground where she was last seen. She's being very mobile, which really does help. It's, as Klaus said, the P in SPG, you propel yourself to stay alive. It also helps to win the game. Okay, Panzer IV Ausführungsschutz Molten. Rounds out. Little too late. Now that guy had 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of his gun, and that's a particularly powerful Panzer. There's only 3 enemies left, and he just got wiped out by our TS5. Was it the... Yes, it was our TS5 actually who took him down. So Angelina's now only got 3 targets to aim for. An ISU-130, an SU-152, and that M44. Yeah, I think it is the M44 who's being the pain. The guy who's really hot, very good at getting shots. Okay, she's ready to go. Dialing in on the enemy. She needs to work out where he is precisely, and I suspect he's actually in that little corner there. I think that's where he is. Oh, well, there's the ISU-130, but I'm pretty certain that the M44 is behind. Well, I don't think he's going to be able to get a counter battery on Angelina now, but she's just too far away from where he would expect her to be. And she's getting closer and closer to the enemy all the time. It's very likely that one of her teammates is going to spot that enemy very shortly. And when she does, or when they do, she's going to get a shot at him. SU-152 moving quickly, comes up against our T-29. There's the M44. He's not where I thought he was. He's right at the very back, but he's kind of isolated. He's on his own, and he's stationary, which is a bad move, because that happens if you're stationary. Angelina takes you out and wins the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that game was the second class tank of Angelina75 in the GW Panther. She got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. She got 10, and she got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on her team, and her win rate from this one was 2,332, which is very good indeed. Let's have a look at the team score and see where she stands. Well, she didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the TS5, who picked up a Pascucci's high caliber top gun and a steel wall from that game alone. And that's 3,415 hit points. The second highest damage was the Scorpion G, who got a tank sniper of 3,165. And the third highest damage in the game with the Confederate is Angelina with 1,768. I get the feeling that Talon's going to be the one getting up at the weekend, and it's Angelina who's going to be getting the lie-in this time round. When it came to kills, it was the TS5 who got the highest with 6 kills. 2 kills went to the Scorpion G, the Scorpion, the T29, the ISU-130 and the SU-130PM on the enemy team. Angelina only got the 1 kill out of that one, but when it came to base XP, she was a little higher up the table. In fact, she was in 3rd place, because the high scorer was the TS5, which you'd expect. 1,412 for him, because after all, he did get the high caliber and all those medals. 905 went to the Scorpion G, 725 went to Angelina. Angelina fired 10 rounds in that game, got 4 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrations, and I think that penetration, the one at the end, was the most satisfying of all, because that was the guy who was counter-batterying her all the time. Yes, he was pumping those rounds in, and she penetrated him with 1 very accurate shot right at the end of the game to finish off the game. Yeah, he deserved it. He really did deserve it. He stayed stationary and she nailed him. Right, no problem at all. Anyway, when it comes to the rest of the detail report, she got 7 splash as well. 1,768 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. She received 2 hits by way of splash from that Arty, but she got revenge on him. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 1 was killed, and 551 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. On a free-to-play account, she earned 22,930 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away 11,150 credits, 725 base XP, and times 5 for the first victory on this occasion, 3,625 experience points altogether. She says use the P in SPG, and she did, and it worked. And she kept moving about after he kept finding her, and she wasn't going to get hit again, because he was just, well... He was good, but she was better. Let's put it that way. So a very nice game there for Angelina. We've got a few more coming up, so keep watching because another one will be up very shortly. She's been playing hard during the week because she wanted that lay-in and she is intent on getting it. So do stick around. If you enjoyed the replay, please give our video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And do let people know that we've got a second channel called The General where you can watch great replays without any commentary whatsoever to spoil it. Thanks for watching.